this country has descended even further into the pits of hell. I'll be back with the latest coffee break thought and to play catch up right quick. Oh, hello and welcome back to Coffee Rhetoric. I am your neglectful but intrepid host, Tiffany J, and I am back after an extended absence because life be lifing and busy be busying. But I came back for another impromptu coffee break thought. I don't have any notes written down or any notes planned. I didn't want to continue to use not having any notes as an excuse because, as they say, there's nothing to it but to do it. So let's go, because there is a lot of F-ish going on in the news and in the world at large. And as I said, as I drank out of my drink coffee, Hail Satan coffee mug, I said this country has descended further into the pits of hell because there's a lot of things going on. Since this is kind of like a quick an impromptu video and kind of like me kind of catching up, I'm not going to be taking a deep dive into what's going on. I figured maybe I could schedule a live stream at some point sometime soon. I know I say that all the time, but I promise I will be live sometime soon. And maybe we can take a deeper dive into some of these topics. But in the meantime, let's graze over the fuck shit and nibble at it a little bit. So, as we delve in, the time for coffee has long passed. So we're at the hour where it's time for nightcap. I've poured myself a little bit of room temperature Sauvignon Blanc because I was too lazy to chill it, but it's good nonetheless. So let's delve into what's been trending in the news over the last couple of weeks. I'm the type of person, I don't care if I'm late, because at the end of the day, I don't feel the need to hop on things as soon as they happen, because a lot of the topics, they'll always be relevant no matter when I get to them. So I guess one of the things I had been wanting to tackle is the whole thing with Keke Palmer and her baby daddy. I'm already being petty and starting to heave and giggle and chuckle, but I promise I'll try to keep that at a minimum. So apparently, new mom, Keke Palmer, who has a newfound appreciation for her newly voluptuous body, newly post-birth, shapelier, more voluptuous body, was at an Usher Raymond concert, and she was enjoying herself. It was a girls' night out, and she had on a really sexy, cute, trendy sheer at the bottom number, where she was enjoying herself, and she had her newly succulent butt cheeks exposed. I don't want to say exposed. The bottom, she had on a dress where the bottom of the dress was sheer mesh, and you can clearly see that she had on a thong. But I personally think she looked cute. She was enjoying herself. She was at the Usher Raymond concert, and Usher spied her newly post baby succulent butt cheeks at the concert, And he spied another celebrity, and it was kind of like one attractive celebrity to the next, and all in fun, he serenaded her at the concert. And she was essentially being into the moment, and she posted it onto social media, and infants her baby daddy, who was back at the house, I guess was feeling salty, or was feeling some kind of way about what she had posted to social media. And his first inclination, because we all love a good attention whore, his first inclination was to take to social media and to express his dissatisfaction with Keke's attire. On Twitter, in a very public way, as if to shame her while she was away having a magnificent and fabulous girls' night out and being serenaded by Usher Raymond. And like I said, I wouldn't call her outfit, especially when you consider what can be considered as very scantily clad in 2023, in the 21st century. Even by today's norms, I would still consider Keke Palmer's dress that she wore that evening at to the Usher concert. I would still consider it, by today's standards, to be somewhat modest. But either way, her significant other took to social media and decided to publicly shame her after she posted her experience at the Usher concert. He took to social media and publicly shamed her for what she was wearing that night, and he said, it's the dress though, really, you're a mom. And here's the issue I have with that, because when people called him out for publicly shaming his girlfriend and the mother of his new child, he doubled down on it, and he started talking about being a traditional man and this, that, and the third, and espousing all of this rhetoric about tradition and more or less what a lot of the slobcasters like to call modern women. So he essentially doubled down on what he did. And here's my primary problem with the situation. Because a lot of women have internalized misogyny and have a need to be validated and chosen by the patriarchy, and chosen as special snowflakes, unsurprisingly, a lot of the criticism came from women. And my issue with that is, for whatever reason, Black people in particular, we have this weird fixation on these white-centered, antiquated Victorian ideals of what womanhood should be, and what the nuclear family should be. And a lot of times we're hearkening back to these antiquated times that were rooted in, like I said, basically Western whiteness, for lack of a better term. And not only that, it's like for whatever reason, we're trying to do all this stuff. We're living in 2023 and we're trying to take these weirdo, antiquated ideals, and we love to invoke dog whistles like the term tradition and traditional family. We love to use those kinds of dog whistles as a way to control and gaslight women into doing what men think, what patriarchy think women should be doing. And I just find it interesting that people love to live 2023 modern lives, and having children all over the place with multiple women, having multiple fathers for their children, and men having multiple baby mamas. We love to invoke the term tradition. Men have children with women. They don't marry the mothers of their children. We're dating. We're being open with sexuality. It's been this way for a while, but we love to invoke terms like tradition and just all of this stupid bullshit that doesn't even really fit into today's society. I feel like we use those terms as a way to shame, gaslight, and just be patronizing to women to quote unquote keep them in line. And I feel like it's bullshit. People did this very same thing when Sierra wore her sexy dress to a post awards party, and people did the same thing with her when they were talking about, oh, well, you're disrespecting your husband and this and that. Mind you, not knowing anything about what she and her husband discussed about the dress, not knowing what her husband felt about the dress, not knowing much of anything. And honestly, I think a lot of the shaming and respectability politics and just a lot of this bullshit about tradition and respect. First of all, nobody is unconditionally and automatically owed respect. Let's start there. And also, I think a lot of the criticism is people projecting their own relationship traumas onto celebrity relationships. And that's essentially what it is. Just a lot of projection, just a lot of intellectual dishonesty, and just a lot of bullshit. At the end of the day, I think Keke Palmer's significant other was wrong for trying to publicly shame her, particularly when she has mentioned on her podcast that she's not into having her business put on Front Street.
Whatever that we going through, we talking about that in the closet. Like, we ain't nobody, like, it's on some, like, he's got a twin brother. Like, I'm not discussing that.
But then how are you going to react when people bring it to you? I saw your man, or I saw that. You know, people are
and I saw your man. I didn't want to bring it up, but since we're bringing it up, have you checked with him? And then we'll laugh, and then we'll move on, because they know I'm not playing at that point.
Exactly. Right. You don't have to discuss your man or your money.
I felt like if he was really all that broken up and about what she was wearing to the Usher concert, I felt like he would have texted her or had a discussion in private with her about how he felt about what all was going on. I felt like that could have been a discussion that they could have had one-on-one. At the end of the day, I think his motives were disingenuous. I felt like he was trying to make a very fun moment that Keke Palmer was having. I felt like he was trying to center himself and make himself the center of the attention by publicly shaming his girlfriend, and I felt like it had nothing to do with tradition. I don't think it had anything to do really with what she was wearing. I feel like it was just him trying to make the moment about himself. Because again, if he was really that affected by what she was wearing and what she posted, I felt he could have had that discussion with her in private, one-on-one. And I feel like people's reactions to what Keke Palmer was wearing and to how she responded to what was happening at the concert, I feel like that was just people, per usual, projecting whatever their past relationship traumas were onto someone they don't even know, essentially. Parasocial relationships are something else. At the end of the day, I feel like when people start talking all this stupid bullshit about, oh, well, it's disrespectful, you need to respect your man, tradition, this, that, and the third, all of y'all, you're full of shit. That's just you projecting. That's just you trying to iron out whatever unresolved issues you may have experienced in your own past relationships. All y'all are full of shit. It's 2023. None of that stuff really makes any sense, and you don't know these people. Okay. I'm not gonna say a whole lot about the Carlee Russell case. I will say that I don't like what she did or her motives behind it. I do know that before I formulated an opinion, I wanted to see how the situation was going to play out. But I will say, my gut, as more details spilled out about the case and Carlee Russell claiming that she saw a toddler on the road and all this other stuff, I'm gonna say, and I'm probably aging myself when I say this, and for those of you who are Generation X, you've probably heard about this, but as more details unfolded with the Carlee Russell case, it was very much, to me, giving Tawana Brawley hoax.
My name is Tawana Brawley. All right. I'm not a liar and I'm not crazy.
But a grand jury disagreed. They found her allegations a hoax, and the Reverend Sharpton was blamed for irresponsibly exploiting Tawana Brawley to promote himself.
So I'll start there. However, like I said, I'm not going to give too much, just like I didn't give too much about the Jussie Smollett case. I will say that police chief, Alabama police chief's Nick Durz's blazers and suits were very sassy, and they were really giving. He was giving purple blazers. He was giving all kinds of just fun, flamboyant colors with his press conference attire. So I'll say that. Also, I just think it's interesting that people think that Carlee Russell, I definitely think however she needs to be accountable, I feel like the punishment should fit what she did. I find it interesting how a lot of people in the Black community, one of the primary things people have been saying was, oh my God, she set Black people back by this many centuries, or that because of Carlee Russell, law enforcement won't take missing cases of missing and or murdered Black women seriously. Listen, first of all, law enforcement, they're going to do what they're going to do. I don't feel like this one instance of there being a missing persons hoax will have any impact on how law enforcement chooses to act or not act in instances where there are missing Black and or Indigenous women and or children. They're going to do what they're going to want to do. I don't feel like it's right to use this particular case to as an indictment against missing Black women and children. Like I said, law enforcement, they're going to act how they're going to act, and the ways in which the media and the justice system has acted in cases of missing and or Black women and children, that's on them. I don't feel like the Carlee Russell case sets us back. In every instance where there was a malignant Karen or Agatha lying on Black and brown people to law enforcement to cover up their own nefarious acts, I feel like if in those instances, if Carolyn Bryant or Susan Smith or Amy Cooper or Katie Sorensen, the lying mommy vlogger who lied and said that some Mexicans tried to kidnap her children, I feel like if those malignant Karens didn't set white women back, I don't think the Carlee Russell case will set back Black women. And I feel like in actual real deal instances where there are missing unsolved cases where women cold cases where women's murders haven't been solved, and in instances where missing Black women and girls haven't been found, I feel like law enforcement still, the criminal justice system still needs to be accountable with how they go about processing and investigating those situations. And I feel like the mainstream media needs to be accountable for sure with how they disseminate information about missing, exploited, and where there are cold cases and unsolved murders. I feel like the mainstream media definitely needs to be accountable for how they disseminate that information, with how they cover that information, with who they decide to cover, so forth and so on. That's how I feel. I feel like everybody needs to be accountable. Again, I feel like in every instance where there was a malignant Karen that lied on someone and made the situation race-based as to why their children are missing or why they turned up missing or this, that, or third, I feel like if they haven't set white women back, I don't feel like Carlee Russell will set Black people or Black women back. And I feel like the criminal justice system and the mainstream media still needs to be accountable and vigilant with how they cover cases. I feel like they should be fair. I feel like they should still put forth effort to find missing, exploited, and trafficked and or missing Black and Indigenous women. And I feel like they should put forth the same effort that they put when there are instances of women and children who are white. I feel like they should put forth that same effort with not only reporting the information and reporting the news, but with solving the cases, point blank, period. Another thing I wanted to touch on very, very briefly is the situation with Lizzo. It seems that Lizzo has found herself in a very precarious and gnarly situation with former, I believe, backup dancers. I don't want to get into that whole thing because I'm still watching all the information unfold with that situation. I don't want to throw Lizzo away just yet. I'm reserving opinion because I want to watch how this situation unfolds. Again, celebrities are not above reproach. And I know just in general, celebrities are notorious for mistreating their assistants. They're notorious for mistreating people that work with and for them. So I'm not saying that Lizzo is above reproach. She did recently, just today, finally release a statement where she refuted the accusations against her. But again, I'm not quite ready to throw her away. For now, I'm just watching how all of this unfolds. It's just, either way, it's just very unfortunate. You know, all kinds of people are coming out of the woodwork. You've got people who even worked with her in a documentary. You've got documentary filmmakers saying, yup, my experience with Lizzo wasn't all it was cracked up to be either. So I will say it's very interesting. I do know just in general that there is a segment of people that are very anti-Lizzo, and I know the mistreatment of people that work in the celebrity sphere, as assistants, as dancers, as whatever. I know celebrities are notorious for mistreating the people that kind of work for and with them. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I know that I'm very sporadic with my content creation, but I do post more frequently on my community wall. So my intention is to go live sometime this weekend, if not Saturday, on Sunday. Either way, please check my community wall, where if I'm gonna go live, that's where I'm more likely to announce it, because I know I'm probably not just out of the algorithm, but I'm way off the grid. But again, if you're one of the 74 people that subscribe to me, check my community wall, and hopefully for any indication or announcement of there being a scheduled live stream. And hopefully when I finally do find the time to go live, hopefully you'll come and engage with me. Don't forget to also check out www.coffeerhetoric.com. That's where you'll find a lot of my writings and all other information, coffee rhetoric related information. You'll find writings, you'll find information about me, you'll find information about the Coffee Rhetoric platform. Check out the archives, you'll find stuff on there that's gone viral, so forth and so on. I'm also considering restarting a Patreon situation where I can, at the very least, be more frequent with going live and feel more motivated to go live on there. But either way you cut it, check my community wall on YouTube for all information, for all YouTube related announcements, so forth and so on. In the meantime, that's it. That's all. I think the Sauvignon Blanc is starting to hit, so I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.
The people are hungry for more than just food. They crave distractions. And if we don't provide them, they'll create their own. And their distractions are likely to end with us being torn to pieces.